My perfect life blew up when I caught my fiancé and best friend screwing each other. Hey Reddit, so I 28 am about to lose my entire mind. I'm an only child and my parents, while loving, are intense. My dad's a lawyer, all about composure and keeping up appearances. My mom, socialite, image is everything, me, I'm more emotional. Let's just say I don't always fit the mold. I thought I finally had it all figured out. Amazing fiancé Olivia. Awesome best friend Caleb. Felt like I was finally proving something, to my parents, to myself, but something been off. A weird tension. And then I saw the text, on Olivia's laptop, from Caleb talking about last night. I'm talking explicit. My stomach dropped. My two closest people, gone, should I even bother confronting them? What do I even do? Last night was incredible. Can't wait to do it again. It was just sitting there, on her open laptop. I'd walked into the living room to ask Olivia about dinner plans and bam, there it was. A message from Caleb, my Caleb, her Caleb, their Caleb. I felt like I was going to be sick. Actually, I did get sick. Ran to the bathroom and threw up. Everything went blurry. This couldn't be happening. It felt like a punch to the gut. No, worse. Like someone ripped my heart out, stomped on it, and then shoved it back in. I stumbled back into the living room, phone shaking in my hand. I showed her the message. Is there anything you want to tell me? I asked, my voice trembling. She just smirked, SMIRKD. Are you seriously being insecure right now? You're being weird, Ethan. Weird. My entire world was imploding, and she called me weird. I went to my parents hoping for, I don't know, support. My dad just said, Ethan, this is a private matter. Handle it discreetly. We don't need a scene. A scene? Are you kidding me? Discreetly. Like I just caught them stealing a cookie, not betraying me in the most gut-wrenching way possible. My mom chimed in, worried about what the society pages would say. Society PAGES. I wanted to scream. They didn't get it. No one got it. I felt so alone, like I was drowning and everyone just stood there watching. So after my parents basically told me to shut up and deal with my shattered life quietly, I decided to try talking to Caleb. Big mistake, huge. I called him, hands shaking so bad I could barely hold the phone. We need to talk, I managed to choke out. He actually laughed. About what, man? Your overactive imagination. Overactive imagination. Overactive imagination. I saw the text, Caleb, I saw it. I told him about the message verbatim. His response. Dude, you're reading way too much into things. Olivia and I are just close, you know that. Close, close, they were screwing behind my back. I felt the rage boiling inside me. Close, you're sleeping with my fiancé, I yelled, finally losing it. He went silent for a second. Then in this condescending tone, he said, Look, Ethan, you've been stressed lately. You're not thinking clearly. Maybe you need to take a break, relax. You're starting to sound unstable. Unstable, that's what they both kept saying. Weird, insecure, unstable, like I was the crazy one. I went back to my parents, practically begging them to see my side. He's gaslighting me, they both are, I pleaded. My dad sighed, that exasperated lawyer sigh. Ethan, he said, his voice dripping with condescension, you need to calm down, this is unbecoming. You're making a mountain out of a molehill, just talk to Olivia. Work it out, quietly, quietly. Like my pain, my betrayal was an inconvenience, something to be swept under the rug. My mom patted my hand. Honey, I know you're upset, but think about the wedding. The invitations have gone out. The venue is booked, we can't just cancel everything. The wedding, that's all she cared about. The wedding, not my broken heart, not the fact that the two people I trusted most in the world had stabbed me in the back. That's when it hit me. This wasn't normal. This wasn't just a family disagreement. This was toxic. They didn't care about me. They cared about appearances, about their perfect little image. And I was just a pawn in their game. I don't know what to do. I feel so lost. So alone. Someone, please tell me I'm not crazy. A week later, and things have gone from bad to nuclear. My family, in their infinite wisdom, has decided the best course of action is to bring in the reinforcements. My Aunt Susan, my mom's sister, flew in from Connecticut. Aunt Susan, who has never liked me and has always seen me as the screw-up of the family. Great, just great. Dinner last night was a circus. Aunt Susan, with her condescending smile and perfectly coiffed hair, launched into a full-blown interrogation. Ethan, dear, she began, her voice dripping with fake sweetness, your mother tells me you've been imagining things. Imagining things? I wanted to flip the table. I'm not imagining anything, I gritted out, trying to keep my voice level. I saw the text messages, they're sleeping together. Aunt Susan chuckled, like I'd just told the funniest joke she'd ever heard. Oh, Ethan, you always were so dramatic. You need to stop this nonsense before you ruin everyone's lives. Think of your mother. Think of the embarrassment this is causing. Embarrassment. They were more worried about embarrassment than the fact that I was being cheated on. My dad, of course, backed her up. Your Aunt Susan is right, son. You need to apologize to Olivia and Caleb. This has gone far enough. Apologize? To them? I saw red. I stood up, pushing my chair back so hard it scraped against the floor. Apologize? Are you kidding me? They are the ones who should be apologizing. They're the ones who lied and betrayed me. My mom started crying. Ethan, how can you be so cruel? We're just trying to help you. You're making such a fuss over nothing. Nothing. My entire world was crumbling around me and they thought it was nothing. I couldn't take it anymore. I stormed out of the house, slamming the door behind me. I haven't slept in days. I can't eat. I can barely function. I'm a mess. I'm starting to think I am crazy. Maybe they're right. Maybe I am imagining things, but then I remember the text. Clear as day. Last night was incredible. No, I'm not crazy. They're gaslighting me, manipulating me, trying to make me doubt my own sanity. And that's when I knew I can't let them win. I have to fight back. I have to expose them. I have to show everyone what they really are. I don't care about the embarrassment. I don't care about the society pages. I care about the truth, and I'm going to make sure everyone knows it. I was a wreck. Couldn't sleep, couldn't eat, just a shell of my former self. I finally broke down and called my Aunt Carol. She's my mom's younger sister, a therapist, and the only one in my family who ever seemed normal. I'd been avoiding her, honestly. Too ashamed to admit how badly I'd messed up. I figured she'd just tell me I was being dramatic, like everyone else. Hey, Carol, it's Ethan, I mumbled into the phone, feeling like a complete failure. Ethan, how are you, honey? She said, her voice warm and genuine. Already it felt different. Not great, I admitted, my voice cracking. I hesitated, not sure how to even begin. It's Olivia and Caleb. There was a pause. What about them? I took a deep breath. I saw a text on Olivia's laptop from Caleb. It was explicit. They're sleeping together. I blurted out, the words tumbling out in a rush. Silence. And then, oh, Ethan, her voice was full of sympathy, not judgment, not the condescending tone I'd been getting from everyone else. Actual sympathy. I started to cry, ugly, heaving sobs. I confronted them, I choked out between sobs. But they're gaslighting me, saying I'm crazy, insecure, unstable. My parents, they're not helping. They just want me to sweep it under the rug for the sake of appearances. Ethan, she said softly, I'm so sorry you're going through this, but you're not crazy, you're not imagining things. What they're doing to you is wrong, it's cruel, and it's not your fault. Hearing those words, it was like a dam broke inside me. Someone finally believed me. Someone finally validated my feelings. They keep saying I'm overreacting, I whispered. You are not overreacting, she said firmly. This is a huge betrayal, and you have every right to be angry, to be hurt, to be devastated. Don't let them minimize your pain. Then she said something that completely shifted my perspective. Ethan, their actions are a reflection of them, not of you. This is about their character flaws, their dishonesty, not about your worth as a person. That was the thing I hadn't been able to see. I'd been so caught up in the self-doubt, the shame, that I hadn't realized that their behavior wasn't about me. It was about them. They were the messed up ones, not me. And bottling up your anger, she continued, will only hurt you more in the long run. You need to allow yourself to feel it, to process it, and then you need to decide what you want to do about it. Don't let them dictate your next move. It was like a weight had been lifted off my shoulders. Someone finally saw me, heard me, believed me. I wasn't crazy, I wasn't alone. And I finally had the clarity to see that I needed to fight back, not for my parents, not for Olivia or Caleb, but for myself. I was at my lowest. Aunt Carol's words had given me some strength, but I was still a mess. I was going through old photos, trying to delete any trace of Olivia and Caleb from my life, when I stumbled upon a folder on my laptop I hadn't seen before. It was hidden, my stomach clenched. This couldn't be good. I clicked on it. Inside were screenshots of text messages. Hundreds of them, between Olivia and Caleb, dating back months. My blood ran cold. It wasn't just about the affair, it was about me. My family. They were mocking me, relentlessly, calling me naive, pathetic, a mama's boy. They made fun of my dad's stuffy suits and my mom's obsession with social status. They even joked about how easy it was to manipulate me. He'll believe anything we tell him, lol, one message read. Another, he's so desperate for their approval it's almost sad. Then I saw it. The message that broke me, the final, unforgivable betrayal. It was a screenshot of a photo I had posted of my parents and me at a family dinner. A photo I thought was sweet, a testament to our however flawed bond. Caleb had captioned it, Look at this loser and his dinosaur parents. So, cringe, cringe, that one word. It was like a punch to the gut. All the self-doubt, the shame, the agonizing back and forth, it all vanished in an instant, replaced by white-hot rage. My hands were shaking so violently I could barely hold the laptop. My chest tightened. I felt like I couldn't breathe. This wasn't just betrayal. It was cruelty, calculated, deliberate cruelty. They hadn't just cheated on me, they had enjoyed humiliating me, laughing at me behind my back, treating me like a joke. And in that moment, something inside me snapped. The Ethan who had been so desperate for their approval, so willing to believe their lies, was gone. I was done being the victim, done being the fool, done being silenced. I felt a surge of power, a sense of righteous anger that coursed through my veins. I knew exactly what I needed to do. I was going to expose them. I was going to show everyone the truth. They wanted to play games? Fine. Let the games begin. I opened up our group chat, the one with all our mutual friends. My fingers flew across the keyboard. It was time for Olivia and Caleb to get what they deserved. Okay, Reddit, buckle up. This is how I prepped for the nuclear strike. I wasn't going down without a fight. This wasn't just about revenge, it was about justice. First, I gathered all the evidence. Like a goddamn digital detective. Those screenshots. Printed, the text messages, SAVED, and categorized by date. I even made a timeline of their lies and manipulations. I wanted to be so prepared they wouldn't have a leg to stand on. Think receipts, people, receipts. My strategy, maximum exposure. Their cruelty thrived in the shadows. I was going to bring it into the light. Our mutual friend group, they were about to get a front row seat to the shit show. Group chat, boom. That was my weapon of choice. One message, all the evidence attached, no escape. Support, Aunt Carol was my rock. She listened, validated, and reminded me I wasn't crazy. That was crucial. She also connected me with a lawyer just in case Olivia and Caleb tried to pull any legal BS. Protect yourself, people. This isn't a game. Mentally, I was a wreck. But that rage, that righteous anger, it fueled me. I visualized the confrontation, played out different scenarios in my head. I knew they'd try to gaslight me, deny everything. I prepped my responses, practiced staying calm as possible anyway. I even wrote down key points I wanted to make so I wouldn't lose my train of thought in the heat of the moment. Preparation is key. I knew there would be fallout, backlash, drama, but I didn't care. I was done being silent. Done being manipulated. This wasn't just about me anymore. It was about exposing their toxic behavior and reclaiming my life. I was ready. My apartment, ground zero, the air crackled with anticipation. My phone buzzed incessantly with notifications. The group chat was exploding. I just dropped the bomb. Attached every single screenshot, every text, every piece of evidence. Caption: you all need to see what these two have been up to. The first responses were shock, disbelief, then the anger. Friends I'd known for years were siding with me, validating me, saying they'd suspected something was off, that Olivia and Caleb had been acting weird, secrets out. Then the door banged open. Olivia stormed in, face contorted with rage. "What the hell did you do?" she shrieked. "You're ruining my life." "Ruining your life?" I laughed, a cold, hollow sound. "You ruined mine, you and Caleb." I gestured to the laptop, the evidence still glaring on the screen. "Explain this," she sputtered, trying to deny it. "It's not what it looks like, you're twisting things, you're crazy." "Crazy?" I repeated, holding up the printed screenshots. "These aren't crazy, these are facts. This is you and Caleb mocking me, mocking my family, for months." The blood drained from her face. The smirk, her usual weapon of choice, was gone, replaced by fear. "Good. You took those out of context," she stammered, her voice weak. "Context?" I held up the screenshot of the photo of my family with Caleb's cruel caption. "What context could possibly justify this?" She didn't answer. She couldn't. Checkmate. Just then, Caleb barged in, all fake concern. "Ethan, what the hell is going on? Olivia's hysterical." Hysterical. I turned to him, my voice dripping with venom. "You should be hysterical, you both should, you're liars, and everyone knows it." He tried the gaslighting routine. "Dude, you're overreacting. We can explain." "Explain what?" I roared. "Explain how you two were screwing behind my back while pretending to be my best friend and my fiancé. Explain that." He flinched. The power dynamic had shifted. I wasn't the naive fool anymore. I was the one holding all the cards, and they knew it. "Ethan, please," Caleb pleaded, his voice cracking. "Let's just talk about this." "There's nothing to talk about," I said, picking up the engagement ring from the coffee table. I held it out to Olivia. "Here, you can have this back. I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole." I tossed it at her feet. It landed with a dull thud. A fitting end to our toxic charade. Get out, I said, my voice low and steady. Both of you, and if I ever see you again, I'm calling the police. They looked at each other, defeated. The smugness, the arrogance was gone. They slunk out of my apartment, leaving a trail of their lies and deceit in their wake. The group chat was still blowing up, but I closed my laptop. I didn't need their validation anymore. I had my own. I had finally stood up for myself. And it felt amazing. Like a weight had been lifted, like I could finally breathe again. The war wasn't over, but I had won the battle, and that for now was enough. Update, the fallout and the slow climb back to normal. Holy crap, Reddit. The response to my last post was intense. Thank you to everyone who reached out with support and similar stories. Knowing I wasn't alone made a huge difference. So the immediate aftermath of the great exposure was chaos. The group chat imploded. Olivia and Caleb tried to do damage control, spinning some BS story about me being unstable and misinterpreting things. But the evidence was too damning. No one bought it. They became social pariahs. Good riddance. Canceling the wedding was a nightmare. My mom, bless her heart, finally saw the light. She actually apologized for prioritizing the wedding over my well-being. Huge step for her. She helped me deal with the vendors, the logistics, the whole mess. My dad, well, he's still processing. Lots of stiff upper lip, and this is unfortunate talk. Baby steps, I guess. It's been 3 months now. The dust has settled somewhat. There's still fallout. I lost some friends, people who were closer to Olivia and Caleb than I realized. That stung, and the financial hit from the canceled wedding. Ouch, but I'm working through it. The biggest change? Me. Therapy has been a lifesaver. I'm learning to trust my gut, set boundaries, and not seek validation from others, especially not from toxic people like Olivia and Caleb. I'm not crazy. Repeating that to myself over and over has been surprisingly powerful. I moved into a new apartment. It's small, but it's mine. A fresh start? I'm also exploring a career change, something that actually excites me, not something I thought would impress my parents. The pain of betrayal still lingers. Some days are harder than others, but I'm getting stronger, more confident. I'm finally starting to build a life for myself, a real life, one where I'm not defined by someone else's lies and manipulations. I haven't spoken to Olivia or Caleb since that day. And I don't plan to, they're dead to me. I'm free. This whole experience has been brutal, but it's also been transformative. I learned a hard lesson about trust, about toxic relationships, and about the importance of standing up for myself. I never want to feel that powerless again. So Reddit, has anyone else gone through something similar? How did you handle the aftermath? Any advice for navigating the long road to recovery? I'd love to hear your stories.